What's up YouTube? Welcome to this Walking Dead video. Now, I've noticed that there hasn't been much hype whatsoever for this second part of the season. I almost forgot that it was back. I forgot the date it was back. So, clearly there has been an immense drop-off in popularity from the controversial season finale right up to the first episode of this season until now, where, well, a bit of a non-event episode, if you ask me. Rick's first introduction to the kingdom was interesting. It took us half a season for Rick to actually meet Ezekiel and his court. Now, in the comics, Ezekiel was actually quite hesitant to joining, and for him, he sees this as, well, why should I join up and risk all my people dying when I could just have this super clandestine deal with the Saviours? Now, Rick clearly can't bring war to the Saviours, as he tells a member of the kingdom. He says that, well, he hasn't got enough to even take out one outpost because, you know, his people keep getting killed by Negan, of course. So it's not looking good for Rick here. Now, it's a pretty dull episode, to be honest. We had Gabriel leave the group, take all their supplies and bugger off, which was just, it was just obvious that this was going to happen, to be honest. We had someone watching the group for a while. Maybe they convinced Gabriel to actually join them and bring the supplies over. Could that be the group at the end of this episode? I don't know. Perhaps it could be. But what was interesting was Rick's smile at the end, because he knows he has got an army. He knows these people are angry enough, they're brazen enough to bring the guns up to them and threaten to shoot them as they were at the end. Well, he knows they're probably fed up with people like the Saviours and they're ready to actually fight. Now, I think that if Rick can get enough people together, such as the group at Oceanside and this brand new group, maybe Ezekiel will probably change his mind and be convinced to fight if there is an overwhelming chance of them winning. And having the Kingdom's group there would prove incredibly helpful. The screw and pressure is being turned on Alexandria and also by proxy the Hilltop here, because we have a lot of troubles, and Trevor from GTA, well, he is threatening like fuck. So maybe they could actually utilise this herd that Fat Joey was tracking, and maybe Negan, by some sort of things, knew what was happening, and maybe Negan had a huge plan for this massive super herd, which will probably come in quite handy, and going by the end of the all-out war will come in quite handy later on as it comes across the battlefield. Perhaps this will be what they use to take down the Saviours, which would make a lot of sense, to be honest, wouldn't it? Using the dead against the people. And finally, actually getting a break for once, this group. They thought that Alexandria was possibly too good to be true. So I think they're going to use this herd in a positive way. Now, they know it exists unless Negan can utilise it. Because if you remember, Fat Joey was the only one who was actually tracking this herd, and now he's gone. What does that mean for it? So I think this isn't the end of, obviously, seeing the kingdom. I think that, well, Rick needs to bring more stuff to the table to change the mind of King Ezekiel. Now, I think that the whole King and Sire thing is incredibly cheesy, and it's like something out of fucking Dead Rising, some kind of parody. I mean, they even did that in Dead Rising 4, for fuck's sake. So it's a bit off, I think. It's a bit weird, but these are the shape of things, and we didn't really get that kind of point didn't get across, I think, in the comics. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek kingdom that we have. But the biggest threat at the moment is our leader, is our, well, bloke on the hilltop, who is having cold feet against helping Alexandria, and we know from the comics that he is a humongous douchebag. So I expect he'll probably sell out Alexandria as well at some point. So that's it for this video. Unfortunately, it was a very dry and boring episode. I wish they would get the memo that people want excitement in these shows, but ho hum, that's how it is. Please do drop a like, please do subscribe. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.